Hey guys, it's Coach Collard again here with ArizonaShortSaleTV.com. My partner Ryan Melville rolling in here from behind the camera. So we're going to talk to you about, we're just going to add on to yesterday's conversation. Yesterday we visited with you a little bit around reports and statistics and some of what the market's doing here in Maricopa County. And at the end of that video, we talked about what we were going to basically expand on a little bit, which is strategies in the markets specifically for buyers and investors.
What do you mean by strategies?
Well, I'm going to kind of break that down. Strategies sounds cool, but it's not necessarily tangible for the average homeowner or investor. So what we mean, guys, is in this market right now, it's distinctly a distressed property market. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people can't compare the distressed property market to the traditional old market. And so let me ask you this, and maybe you can help me here, and we didn't cover this, so feel free to put it back on me. In a traditional market, we generally sell properties with three characteristics.
Yeah.
You remember what those are?
Yeah, price, location.
Price, location, and condition.
Condition.
Yeah, and I actually like to say, in my opinion, it was location, condition, and price,
Sure.
kind of in that order in a traditional market.
Yeah.
You saw that.
Yeah.
Now, in a distressed property market, there's still three things that sell properties. Price.
Price.
And price. It's like, woo, really? So what does that mean for you if you're a homeowner out there selling a property? Well, that means price is the only thing that people are looking at. If you're not in a position where you have to sell, you probably shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You probably shouldn't sell. And I don't like to should on people. But in this case, you probably shouldn't, because you're only competing against REO properties and short sales. Now, shifting that conversation back to the buyer side or investors, and you're talking about what the market's doing. The market right now, you've got to have a strategy as a buyer or investor specific and distinctly different for an REO property than you would for a short sale property.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only do REOs happen different, but there's a lot of things in the process that are different.
There's just different ways to tackle them from the get-go.
Absolutely,
Put
absolutely.
yourself ahead of the competition.
Give me a few questions that homeowners or investors might be asking around REOs and short sales, and then I'll kind of lead in.
What we with both properties, specifically, I guess REOs.
Okay.
Because
REOs being foreclosed upon properties, the bank took them back.
Yeah. So once the bank has already taken the property back in their inventory, they're quicker to get rid of it than a short sale. They want to get off their ass.
Right. They want to get it off their books.
Yeah. So the difference is, we coach our buyers to be pre-qualified prior to looking at any homes, because come Monday there may be a great deal. You go through the pre-qualification stage on Tuesday. By Wednesday, there's 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 offers, and you're
basically just a number at that point.
You're on the outside looking in. So that is, going after the real good deals. I mean, you have to be pre-qualified.
Right. Well, and so if y'all are hearing that here, we're not talking about pre-qualifying just for the sake of it. It's a strategy to make sure that you don't get caught behind the game or start the race late, basically. Yeah. It's so you can put your offer in early and maybe get ahead of the game and get your offer considered before they get overwhelmed with 20 offers.
Now in short sales, though, I mean, it's real different. I mean,
short sales totally different.
A lot of it relies on the listing agent of the short sale. I mean, that is a big part of.
You know what I'd say? It's like 98% of it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
maybe 100.
Yeah, close to 100%. But what we mean by that, there's a lot of short sale listing agents out there not doing the complete job, or maybe not doing it correctly, or maybe taking this a part-time gig and not really taking it seriously. What we do with our buyers is we get authorization up front to interview the listing agent before we even show or write or go forward on a short sale property.
Right.
My team is trained to interview the listing agent, ask some specific questions, and after a 5 or 10 minute conversation, we know what position that listing agent's in, to how confident we are he'll get the job done or she'll get the job done on the other end of it.
Now, for the homeowner or investor out there that's writing that offer, that's hearing you say this, you're looking at them like, well, interview the agent to understand how qualified they are. It's just a short sale, no big deal. Well, you know what? It is a big deal.
It is.
We've exposed all the things in the community. We understand that short sales, in the short sale world, nothing's ever what it seems. Mm-hmm. The banks are ill-equipped. The government programs that are coming out that everybody's getting all excited about don't work.
There's a lot of
flat
power
out,
trips.
1000% don't work.
Yeah, a lot of power trips at the banks.
Oh, a lot of banks. These $10 an hour people are, just forcing their opinions on people. They're great at following procedure number 9, but they actually can't think and make a multi-million-dollar decision. So we see in the community, not necessarily here at Keller Williams, but we see in the community, hundreds of houses going to foreclosure that shouldn't be foreclosed
Sure.
upon. So when we interview that seller's agent or that listing agent up front, we're trying to determine that they really have the knowledge, the skill, and the mindset not to listen to the bank, but to close the short sale. Because the bank will figure out how not to get it done.
Sure.
And if you're the buyer on the other end of that, it's a frustrating 6-month process. And guess what happens at the end of it? You don't get your home. And what a waste of time.
And sometimes it comes back on our team, you know. I mean, it makes us look bad,
Right.
because we couldn't get our job done, and our job is to get you a house.
Right. So we put in strategies and mechanisms to minimize the likelihood that that could happen. Even if we're not in control as buyer's agents, we've developed strategies to put control mechanisms into play to make sure that your offer is increased in its likelihood of percentage to close.
Yep.
I hope that makes sense.
Good.
So let's shift. Wait, don't leave yet.
I'm
Don't leave
still
yet.
here, all
Let's
right.
shift to REOs again and talk a little more about REOs.
Oh, yeah, good.
So REO strategies. You know, one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is
Yeah.
that what you were talking about a while ago. When a bank gets 20 offers, you know what happens? Well, first and foremost, understand most people that buy REO properties are not necessarily investors. And so you guys as homeowners are looking for a great deal, right?
We get a lot of them.
I'm sorry, guys, but most people wouldn't know what a deal is if it ran over them.
Sure.
Okay? So we need to identify it through education and get you informed here. So what it comes down to is that REOs are not automatically wholesale priced properties. The banks have so much inventory, they're almost not in a hurry anymore, but they will list the properties. They'll actually price the property lower than short sales so they get a lot of people looking, and so that they'll get the property bid up. The expectation is that the value's here, let's say 100 grand. They'll price it at 89 and have 25 people bid it up to 106. Well, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to buy that because now the property's going up in value. And well, time out. It's not actually going up in value. There is no appreciation in Phoenix right now. It's being bid up, but that doesn't mean the list price was the value. It was lower. And it's a strategy by the bank to get multiple offers to drive the price up. We're actually
It
okay
works.
with
It
that.
works.
We're actually okay with that because at 100K, it's still a great value.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting, you know, huge properties for 100,000, 123,000.
Yeah.
It's still great value. We're going to help you determine that up front before we ever write offers. And you'll go in knowing what the strategy is. Those are little things that make a big difference, not only for your pocketbook, but for your sanity and how long it takes you to write a contract. You know, little things like this too, from the REO and short sale perspective. For an REO property, on average, when you get an accepted offer, how long does it take to close, Ryan?
Well, if it's a cash deal, I mean, it'll turn around
Maybe a week or two?
a week or two. The
If it's a qualified buyer,
the
what
biggest hold is HOA.
biggest holds HOA,
Getting
right?
the documents. That's
Right.
actually, we have clients that'll close in 3
days.
7 days, and the biggest deal is getting the HOA documents.
Okay.
So
For a qualified buyer, the non-cash buyer,
Yeah.
generally still 30 days, right?
30, 45.
45 days
Depending on the
sometimes?
lender,
Okay. Now you compare that to a short sale.
Mhm.
Short sales take anywhere, when you write one for a short sale, depending on who you're working with, might take anywhere from 4 months up to
Yeah.
how long?
We've been in one over 9, sometimes 12 months, where
Wow.
the buyer had to actually decide to go either find a traditional or REO because just
They got
she had a
frustrated.
sour taste. Even if I had shown her an approved short sale,
Mhm.
just the whole idea of a short sale,
Mhm.
waiting that I think it was 9.5 months, close to almost 12.
Mhm.
She just didn't want to even hear a short sale, so
Got it.
we went and found a traditional sale, and
Got
she
it.
still got a good deal at the end of the day. But
So what we did is we learned from that and we've implemented different
Yep.
strategies. So now, if you work with us on a short sale, we're going to educate you on the entire process up front, and you're going to know that it's likely could be 6 months.
Mhm.
And if you're not willing to take that on, we've got to give you a different strategy and a different option. But I don't think there's many people in town that are more informed and more on top of that than Arizona Short Sale TV.
no,
You?
no,
Right
not
on,
at all.
right on. So guys, we want your business. We'd like to talk to you about it. It's not just about earning your business, but we want to create value for you, help you be informed so you can sleep at night, and so that this home buying experience in a distressed property market is actually pleasant and fun versus, oh my God, I'm pissed off, right? So anyways, thanks for joining us again at ArizonaShortSaleTV.com. We'll see you soon.